Today we're going to be talking with Chef Luke Hayes. And Luke, as a young man in Kingston, always had a fascination about food and cooking, and actually started his career in Kingston. And now he operates Luke's Underground Supper Table in Toronto and is a well-respected chef in the city. So we say welcome to Chef Luke. Thanks for joining us today.
Hello. Good morning. Great to be here.
Well, it's lovely to talk to you because not only do you have this really fascinating background as a chef and a young entrepreneur, you also have brought out a relatively new product, and I was really intrigued with the genesis of the product and how it's come out to the public. So I thought we'd talk about that today. It's for our audience, we should tell them it's called Kick-Ass 89.
That is the name.
So even if you don't know what it does, I think you're probably going to want to buy a bottle, because
with a name like that, how can you not?
How can you not want to be a part of it? So Luke, tell me, this is a non-alcoholic amaro. Maybe we could start by just telling people, what is an amaro?
Amaros are a huge category of typically alcohol-based, like digestives or spirits. So something like an Amaro de Montenegro, a Jägermeister is a German example. Even like Angostura bitters, like they're all under the realm of being a bitters-based mixer or digestive. So that's kind of where we came into it.
And it's interesting because your product is non-alcoholic. Many of the Amaros have an alcohol base to them, but this gives it a kind of a unique opportunity as well, doesn't it?
Yeah, this is, as far as we can tell, this is the first non-alcoholic true Amaro that's out there on the market in the world. And like Amaros are something that have always fascinated me. And, with my Italian background, my mom's Italian, so it's always kind of been something that we've been interested in. And I genuinely love them, but you don't always want it with alcohol. Like they're such delicious drinks on their own that you can kind of, once you remove the alcohol, you have so many more possibilities.
Interestingly, too, this product is actually a development over the decades within your family. And that's rather intriguing.
It's interesting. Like, met so many years ago, like my great Nona had this very rough recipe that she kind of like always had kicking around. And then at the beginning of the pandemic, my mom and I decided to make it into a real thing. So we made 12 different versions of it. The first batch was so bitter. It was like, I took a sip and I'm like, dear God, I cannot drink this. So we kept on refining it and like turned into a mad scientist a little bit and figuring out like which random botanical does it need 5 grams more of? Like, how can we tweak it to get the perfect balance? And like, when it comes to flavors and being a chef, it's something I'm pretty good at, I hope. So I like for the flavors to be very three-dimensional. So when I would take a sip of the finished product, like I pick up on the top notes, the bottom notes, and it's like a very wide, enveloping taste. And that was the goal. So we made 12 different versions. And then once we hit on the 12th version, we're like, this is the one. Like, the flavor profile is just perfect.
Well, what really intrigued me is the fact that there are 89 different ingredients that are a part of this. How did you not get confused by all of that?
Who says we didn't get confused? I mean, like making this is a process. So you kind of like have to have everything out because there's a lot of different ingredients at play and you're measuring things by the gram, by the microgram. So it's almost like a mad scientist kind of vibe, put on the lab coat and start making the product. So how did we arrive at 89 different ingredients? I mean, it was all about getting a particular flavor profile. So each ingredient brings something different to the table, whether it's bitterness or a dryness or sweetness or top notes, bottom notes. And in our research into the world of Amaros, we kind of found like the most common couple of hundred ingredients. So we did our best to come up with the best combination of the best ingredients so that every note, every flavor has been checked off, you know?
Now, there's an inherent goodness about this product as well. The vast majority of the ingredients are antioxidants, and
That's true,
that
yeah.
that's a good thing. So there a health benefit to your new product?
Yeah, I mean, people know things like ginseng and turmeric as being inherently good for you. I mean, like the health industry's kind of gone on about that for a very long time, and studies have proven that. So we have things like ginseng and turmeric in the mix, and then a lot of other, I mean, 87 other ingredients. So it's a wide range of commonly known botanicals and antioxidants, adaptogens. And I mean, like, we've heard from so many people who've made these claims, and it's kind of beautiful to see. Like, people have claimed it gives them a little bit of energy or kind of wakes them up. Or one of our customers says that her mom drinks a little bit every morning and it soothes her tummy. And I'm like, that is the ultimate compliment.
That's marvelous. Now, your
It's
your mom is a
crazy.
your mom is a co-founder in the business.
Yeah.
How is she enjoying this new career direction?
She loves it. She's super excited that she has this thing that's kind of just growing exponentially and that we can both be a part of. I mean, she and I have been in business together ever since I was a 15-year-old chef running my restaurant in Kingston. So it's great to have a new development, something that's fresh and exciting.
Well, that's wonderful to hear because there's nothing like having something to look forward to in each and every day. And it sounds like you're getting some really nice feedback on the product as well.
We are. It's mind blowing, honestly. I mean, to have something that we developed based on this recipe, and the two of us developing it every single day with each different version of the recipe. To have it go from there to like somebody in Saskatchewan last week got their bottle. They tried it yesterday, and then they immediately ordered another bottle because they love it so much. It's beautiful to see it kind of growing beyond the kitchen, beyond the distillery area, and going big. It's beautiful.
That's one of the things we should touch on because certainly Kick-Ass 89 can be used as a part of a cocktail or alcoholic drink, but it can also be used in other iterations as well. I thank you for sending me the sample bottle. I appreciated that.
Of course.
And my first foray with the product was to pour a little bit over a scoop of ice cream. And it was really, really cool. There's, of course, the sweetness of the ice cream, but then there's the sharp flavor of the amaro that comes into play
Mm.
as well. And it really, really works. Now, I haven't tried it with my bubbly yet, or is that a boobly? I'm not sure. But I haven't tried it with my bubbly yet, but that's going to be my next stop for sure. So there's certainly many ways that the product can be applied as well.
I mean, ice cream is probably the most delicious, gotta be real. But yeah, I mean, I love it on its own. It's great over ice or with sparkling water. And then we have so many people who've tried it with gin or with whiskey or rum, making it into a full-blown cocktail, like the proper mixologist vibe, where they're putting in 3 drops of this and then a half ounce of that. And the flavor just blossoms in those type of applications. So it's really up to you. How do you like to enjoy your digestives? How do you like to enjoy your drinks? And then just kind of go to town with it.
That's lovely. Now, if we were to stop and describe to someone what the flavor is, and I know you've spent a little time thinking about this, what might we tell someone about the flavor that they're going to enjoy?
A little hint of sweetness, a hint of bitterness, and then you're going to get deeper notes of like caramel, vanilla, dried fruit, lemongrass, lemon zest, a few different bright notes up top. So it's a really well-rounded, rich, sensual flavor. Something you want to like take a sip of and be like, damn, I need another sip.
I think that covers the waterfront very nicely.
Beautiful.
Now, I must ask, the product has 89 different ingredients, and I'm wondering, an obvious direction would have been Amaro 89. Why on earth did you pick Kick-Ass 89?
When it comes to marketing and things like that, I really love big, bold, unforgettable names. So Kick-Ass 89 felt really good because it's big and bold, and it can kind of give you a kick in the ass to get some energy and excitement. The flavor is big and bold, and it kind of just made sense. And it's unforgettable, which is like the first rule of marketing. So I'm like, yeah, I like this.
It is indeed. You bet. It's a first rule and the primary rule, and it obviously works. Now,
Good to hear.
we were talking earlier, and you mentioned that the product is developing very nicely, that you're really happy with how this is starting to be received by people out in the public. Maybe we could tell folks
Mhm.
how they can get more information on Kick-Ass 89.
Well, the first thing would be to jump onto the website, kickass89.com. All the information's there, all of the different recipes and the details about what's in the product and how we make it and the inspiration behind it. And then obviously they could follow us at on Instagram at kickass89official, where we post kind of like all the same information, but in social media cool posts.
They would have to be cool. Have to be
Oh,
cool. Yeah.
ultimate cool.
Now, when they're on the website, Luke, is it possible for people to make an order through that, or is there a different form for ordering the product?
Yeah, everything's built into the website. So if people want to buy a bottle, it's all really seamless and kind of just right there. We have Canada-wide shipping, and we've also shipped bottles to the UK, to the States. So we're kind of like wide open.
Isn't that marvelous? So it's not just across Canada, but other countries as well that are starting to come to you for the product. That's lovely.
Yeah, we've gone international at this point.
Nice to meet an exporter.
Okay, yeah, I'll wear that now. Luke,
Luke,
exporter.
I want to thank you for joining us today, and please give my best wishes to your mom, because I think it's a lovely salute to you and your family that you and she are moving forward with this product. And obviously you've hit on something that's really appealing to a lot of people. And I want to thank you for taking time to
Thank
chat
you.
today.
This is wonderful. I really appreciate it, and it's great to meet you.
Our guest today has been Chef Luke Hayes of Luke's Underground Supper Table. And don't forget, you can go to the website, kickass89.com, find out all the information, get your favorite recipe, but take my advice, start with ice cream.